Hey, hello guys, Brian back here with another COSPA update. You can see this thing ended up really starting to pick up steam yesterday, especially after I got that video out. You can see this thing on the 15 minute it was forming a wedge, and it ended up breaking out of it, but was crazy because Bitcoin right at that same time ended up. Let me show you this real quick. Bitcoin ended up for some reason pulling pretty crazy move on the hourly here. You see it here. This big red candle came in. I don't know where it really came from. Right here. Yesterday, when I was in my long, it actually ended up stopping me out. This big red candle came down here, and COSPA ended up sucking up everything it lost over on its chart. But Bitcoin ended up falling out of that wedge, came back tested it as a resistance, and now it has regained this wedge. So that is great to see. We definitely wanted to see that thing do that. All right, number one, because Bitcoin kind of runs this whole market. It doesn't matter if Bitcoin's rising, pretty much everything is rising. Okay, but I want to zoom out on this Bitcoin chart because I want to show you guys something I think is very important here for any kind of retrace with this market. All right, this level right here for Bitcoin, this level right here, this 31,500, I believe that's a very crucial level. All right, when we back at the beginning of the bull run, when we busted up through here, this was support through here. Okay, ended up very massive support. I remember this time in the market, everybody was scared to death, and then it ended up doing that one last blow off. But anyway, when we lost that 31.5, turned into resistance there, we came back over here and got rejected off of it again. All right, so I believe we break through that 31,500. This thing could really start moving this market. Okay, everybody has obviously been talking about that head and shoulder pattern in here. That thing, if you see people talking about that showed up there, obviously. But this is Bitcoin on the daily. Some things we got pretty getting exciting for it. That weekly stochastic RSI is about reset for this thing. So about another week, probably by next week or so, this thing should be down at the bottom and reset, which is great to see. The last time this thing was reset, Bitcoin ended up doing what was it, 100% move. So that this could get pretty exciting here. The monthly is still going up. It's at a 70 and a 63. All right, now we're going to get back to COSPA here in a second. I'm going to show you guys what's going on with this DXY, because obviously we take a look at this thing quite a bit. Wait till you see how this thing is just collapsing. Look at that. We like I said, we cover this every single day. Look how that thing is just rolling over. It's down to what is it? Almost down to 102 right now. So we'll see what happens here. As long as this thing keeps going down, obviously I don't want to see the dollar collapse. But if we can break this 100.8 level, if we zoom out here on the weekly, you can see what happened with this thing. All right, this was support the whole way up through here. Lost it, back tested it as resistance, and now got that lower high. You can see this weekly red candle, right there. It's definitely plummeting down. And if I could ask you to please hit the like and subscribe, I would appreciate that so very much, guys. We got to take a look at the Dow Jones real quick, and then we're going to get back to that COSPA chart, because we also have the Dow Jones breaking out of this wedge right here. So right up here, let me move this out of the way. Right there, you can see that big green candle on this thing. It's finally breaking out of it. Had a false breakout here, and now we finally got the breakout. So, there's been a lot of fear out there. I think this pause in these interest rates is definitely going to fire this market up. The measured move for this thing would be up, 41.3. So that could get very, very exciting, guys. Let's get back to COSPA real quick and see what's going on with this thing. All right, put it on the daily. You can see we got that breakout that we've been talking about forever. All right, a measured move on this. Let's see what this measurement would be on this thing. All right, we put that right there. You'd be looking up at just this first run, up at roughly 0.033. you know, if it completes that. I'm zooming in on this thing on the hourly looking here. Okay, if you pull this up here, now if this ended up being a wave 1 right here, we're going to put a trend-based fib on this thing and get a look at it. Right to the top, to the bottom. Alright, this thing might have one more push up. It's hard to tell where this wave 1 is really, that it almost doesn't look like a 1 there. This almost looks like a wave 1 right here, but then we have this came down too low. You know, it came lower than the initial push over here. So was this our wave 1 right here? Could have been right here. Let's get a measurement from here. You know, that would if that was it, that would put us about tapped out. No clear wave patterns in here, okay? This looks like a 4, this big red pullback, and that looks like a 5, a big blow off there. So we could be doing an ABC correction up here and pulling back down to 0.0198 and then starting another 5 waves up from there. So keep an eye on that area, that 0.0198, okay? That looks like that is going to be our next support zone. That was resistance right back here that we broke through. Was resistance here, okay? Was resistance right there, and then we finally busted up through that. Now that first area, whoops, sorry about that. That area that we need to break through next is up at 0.022. All right, you can see that's where this thing fizzled out at right there. And if we get through there, then we're heading up to the 0.025, 0.024, 0.025. That's the next major resistance between these two zones right here. So this thing's looking really good. Let's get a look at the RSIs real quick. Okay, that 1 hour looks like it wants to curve back up. You know, it's getting a curve to it there, so might not be heading into a correction. The 4 hour is at a 91 and a 72. The 8 is 93.16 and 93.20. The 8 hour is actually bearish, and the 12 hour has flipped bearish. So this thing could be doing a correction. You know, it could actually, yeah, that 0.0198, that looks like that is going to be the support. I would expect a pullback to there. You know, not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but looks like this thing could be due for a little bit of a pullback. The daily is up at 100 and at 96, and of course our weekly, is looking beautiful. 5.06 and 2.39. We got a ways to go on that. Look at that big green candle. That's what we've been waiting for, guys. So hopefully be nice to see one show up as big as that over here. So we'll keep an eye on this thing, but right now things are looking fantastic with COSPA. Thank you so much, guys. Please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.